Hey you guys, it's me Laura. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 3, 8, and 10, and today I am doing a day in the life with you as we are wrapping up our Inventions unit study. And I like to bring you along for a day in the life for each of the unit studies we do so you can see how our days change a little bit with the unit studies. And this morning I'm going to jump in with Snuggles with my little one. What are you doing? Oh. So the lighting in my room is really bad, but it's about 7:13, 14, 15-ish, somewhere in there. What are we doing, Lily? Are we snuggling? I've been up for a little bit. I usually chill in bed, and the kids will trickle in and we'll kind of snuggle here and there in the morning. Good morning, everyone. I am dressed for the day, but I like to keep on my big, warm, comfy robe. And it's actually chilly outside this morning. It's starting to feel more like fall. That's early for here. So yeah, that's interesting. But today we are just at the tail end of our Inventions unit study, like the very end. We're just wrapping things up. So it's a much lighter week this week. We also have something fun at the library that we're going to do today, so that will be exciting as well. And I just thought it would be fun to bring you guys along.
Okay, so does anybody want to move anything, or does this look good?
Good. I think that we just go way
Maybe
back.
a can opener?
Yeah.
Not the can opener.
Well, the can was invented.
They used to use knives.
Yes. Yeah. But the can was from like way back.
So this is the can.
I'd say World War I, but I don't think it was fun.
Okay, so shall we look and see? Invention of gunpowder, 950. The section, 1730. Oh, we might have missed that one. We did miss that one, 1730. The telescope, the refracting telescope was 1609. Strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you.
Normally at this part in the morning we would be doing our read aloud, but we just finished this yesterday. We're wrapping up the end of a unit study. So today, as soon as we get cleaned up from breakfast, we are going to watch a special video I found on Disney Plus about the Imagineers, which is really kind of a fun, they're inventing things and coming up with things too, but it's a way that we don't normally think of inventions, so I thought that would be fun for us to watch today. So we're gonna get cleaned up and watch that. Okay, so we're getting set up to watch. I do have my laundry over here. I'm so behind, so I'm gonna fold while we're watching. And the kids are ready, and we're watching the Imagineering story on Disney Plus to get a little bit of a different idea of some different kinds of inventions that you can do as well.
Within these walls, an eclectic group of creative people bring ideas to life.
We just finished watching the documentary, and now I am working on laundry, and the kids are going to play for a little while. I usually like to give them at least an hour or so to play in the morning before we start math, but the video was longer than our read aloud usually is. So they have about 30 to 40 minutes before we open the math book, and I'm just gonna try to get a few things done, and they'll play and get their energy out, and that's what we have going on right now.
See, I can't fix it with my white doctor tools, but the doctor has to.
Oh, you need a doctor to fix her broken leg?
Yes, and I'll grab a book for you at home. Hold on a sec. See this milk. And meanwhile, outside.
She's gonna drink her milk.
Yes.
So Lily is set up with ABC Mouse, and we're getting ready to kick off our math with a game
I'll forget
to
it.
practice our skills. So we're gonna do Math War, and then the boys are gonna
Probably
do
shuffled up in there.
their independent work. Samuel's doing his math outside on the hammock, and Timothy is gonna do his math right there once he settles down. Ooh, very dirty window. We need to wash that. That's from the outside, I promise. Lily will be done with her ABC Mouse in just a minute, and the boys are working on their math. During math, they have tons of questions, and they actually like me to be on the couch, and they can come sit right beside me, and we can work on any of the problems they have. So I usually just try and plant myself here and keep busy and ready. If I don't hear from them after a little bit, I'll go check, because they tend to get very, very distracted. It doesn't really matter where they are, they get distracted. But while I am waiting, I am going to be reading through this Trees in the Forest book about language arts by Rooted in Language. And this is by Rita Savasco, and I'm super excited to work my way through this. And I don't expect to get far, but I'm just going to be available to help them with their math if they need it. So we are working on lunch. The kitchen is a mess. Somehow the dishwasher didn't get run last night, so everything's a little bit behind. But Lily, what are you doing to help with lunch?
The cucumber up.
You're cutting the cucumber all up. Can I see what you've done? Can you put the pieces that are cut in the bowl?
This piece.
Good job. Oh, can you cut them a little smaller? This is a big piece. We want small pieces, just that are one bite size. Most of this might end up getting eaten before it makes it into the bowl. But that's okay, part of the process. She's working on salad, and then we're gonna have pesto with sauteed veggies and pasta and all the yummy things. Arlen just got off work, so I have his help now. You guys, I am so excited. This is my favorite meal ever. So it's pasta, and then this is tofu with sauteed mushrooms, onions, and red pepper. And then we have pesto to go on top. Normally, we will have this a lot during the summer because we grow our own basil, but this year we don't have a garden at all. But they had basil on sale at the store, so we were able to make it. And then we have some fresh tomato, some salad, and some broccoli, because the kids won't probably eat this a lot. So I have broccoli and cannellini beans for them. So are you excited about pesto?
Yes.
Pesto, pesto, pesto. So a lot of times we will do our history or science reading, which usually comes from God's Design from Master Books, or it will come from America Story. Sometimes I'll use other nonfiction encyclopedias or spines or things. But because we watched a long video this morning, we didn't do it. So we always have during lunch as a backup if this doesn't get done in the morning. So while everyone else is enjoying their food, I'm going to read. All right, today we are learning about communication satellites. Today, most people in industrialized nations cannot even imagine life without radio, telephone, and television service. In order to provide good service to every area of the country in most parts of the world, a system of communication satellites has been placed in orbit above the Earth. Sometimes after we read, we'll have a project or activity or something that we do. And later today we read about satellites and satellite communication. So we're definitely going to put that into our history binders later today. But, oh goodness, I have pesto on me. But we're not going to be doing a project today. So we're done with that for now. So we're gonna clean up for lunch and the kids can play and have free time for about an hour until about 1:30. Today we do have a special event at the library at 3. So we're gonna try to get as much done as we can. If your fridge is full and you're having a hard time getting more leftovers or whatever you need in there, I highly recommend putting your leftovers in mason jars. You don't need special containers. We do have some of those, but I often find that when I've got a lot of leftovers, I can fit the most in my fridge in the mason jars. So just thought I'd give you that tip. Lily has been dying to plant some seeds lately. It's not really the right time of the year and I don't know if they'll grow, but I figure we can still enjoy this experience together. And yeah, so we're gonna pick out some seeds and plant them, and I think it'll be fun. Okay.
Mom, let's do it like this.
What
like,
seeds do you want?
Like this.
We are doing our book basket now. Samuel already picked his book, which was a book about Lillian. I forget her name. She's an airplane inventor. So we just read that, and then Timothy has picked Then and Now. So I'm going to read this with him, and then we're going to move on. Samuel will do. He's reading right now because usually we do them with book basket, everybody together, but they're a little off on schedule today. So Samuel's doing his reading, his private, like personal reading right now. And as soon as we're done with this, I'll do spelling with Timothy, and then he'll do his Adventure Academy, and Samuel will do his, and we'll just work through our work. We've got a lot of language arts stuff. We're gonna put something in our history binder, and I'll try to show you guys all the things, but I may not, but that's just kind of, we're doing a bunch of work right now, so let's get into it. We use the telephone for a number of reasons: to chat with friends, schedule appointments, and notify the proper authorities in emergency situations. Here is So both boys are working on their reading right now. I need to mark off Timothy finished spelling. Still need to do spelling with Samuel. Timothy still needs to do his Adventure Academy. They do math practice there. See, this is Timothy working on his reading right now. Good job, buddy. I like your bathtub. Okay, so we're not doing any vocabulary this week. And instead of Grammar Galaxy today, we are going to do let's see, there's one of the kids. I guess this is Samuel's. We're going to be doing this book review of our read aloud that we finished. So they're going to fill out, they each have a little bit of different form, and then we have the book picture that they can put here, and we'll put that into their history binder. And then we also are going to fill this out. We learned about the satellites, so this was the first satellite. So we're going to find out a little bit more information about that and put that in our history notebook. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, which is a little bit farther behind where I would like to be with us going somewhere, but it's not too bad. I think when we get back, all we'll have to do is the book review, our history notebook, spelling for Samuel, and Adventure Academy for Timothy. So that's really not too awful. Arlen is with Lily, putting her down for her nap, and he will sit in here and work. It's a mess, you guys. This is what the house looks like about this time of day. Lily was playing doctor and has her books there, and Samuel was looking for something. That's all their stuff they need to put away upstairs.
We've got the new cat.
But so Arlen's putting Lily down, and he will work down here while she sleeps so that I can take the boys to the library. And I think if we can get done on time here, we will just walk there because it's super close. We are walking to the library. We are going to see Corbin Maxey is coming, and I believe he is bringing some reptiles for us to see.
Including a snapping turtle!
And I think we're gonna see some friends while we are at the library as well. So we are gonna do that. And if I can take some footage, I will. If not, we'll just catch back up with you when we're done.
And then I'd always take a 5-minute break, and just before I do that 5-minute break, every time I eat not 1 chop, not 2, not 5, not 10, but 15 chops. And then I would go and take a break and eat. And then before I started again, I would eat 10 chops.
So if you had to eat all day like horses, that's what you would do.
Yeah, and I would also have pesto
Yeah, pesto's pretty
and
good.
bananas like monkeys.
This right here is an alligator snapping turtle, and his name is Happy. I want everyone to say, hi, Happy! Hi!
So now we are headed home and we are going to try and finish up what we can from school. It was a really awesome show. And I'll be sure to link Corbin's YouTube channel below. We're kind of behind, of course, from doing that. So we might not quite get through all of our work today, but we're just going to do the best that we can. So when we finish a read aloud for our unit studies, I will make a copy of the cover, and I got a whole set of book review sheets, and I can put the link below from Teachers Pay Teachers, and they each have a different one. And I pick one based on their skill level and also based on the book that we're reading. This is a nonfiction, it's a biography, so it's a little bit different than what we would do for a fiction. So Samuel's gonna go ahead and fill that out, and Timothy has one that he will do in a minute as well. He's finishing up his Adventure Academy. As we've been learning about different inventions in our science curriculum and reading about different things, we have been adding them to our timeline book to kind of see where it all fits in. So this is the Telestar. It was the first satellite for transferring image for TV and audio for phone calls. So Samuel is going to find where this goes.
This is what, oops, says 1962, so that's right here.
So he's going to put that right in his thing. Can you show them one other invention that we've put in our timeline book?
Page 3. Most of them are way back here. Let's see. There are a bunch here. There's the telegraph.
So there's the telegraph.
And then we have some more stuff right up here. Page 3.
And there's his book report that he did.
Today. And
Some
then
other book reports that he has done. So Samuel, does it help to put the inventions in the timeline book?
yes.
How? What does that help with?
When I want to know where something is, I can just go in here. Find it. Here's the telephone.
All right. Thanks for showing that to us, bud.
Welcome.
So in the evenings, late afternoon evenings, the cows start moving down toward the house. And as you can see, we're surrounded by cows. They're not our cows. They just surround our yard. They're only here for a couple months out of the year. It is 5:44. Excuse the loud cows, you guys. There's not much I can do about that. But it is 5:44 and we just finished up with school. This is really late for us. Usually we finish by 4-ish. I think having the longer video for our morning basket time this morning and going to the library and seeing the reptile show, all of that together just really kind of stretched us for today. So I ended up we didn't do vocabulary and I didn't do spelling with Samuel because the kids were just done and it's already late. So they're doing screen time right now. And yeah, some days you just kind of do that. And I didn't film as much this afternoon as I had planned, just because the kids were really struggling because it's just been such a busy day. But I'm sure if you homeschool or have homeschooled for any length of time, you have definitely had those days because they are for So they're just going to continue to do their screen time. For supper, we are just having leftovers. I always plan it that way because by this time of the day, you guys, I am exhausted. And the last thing that I want to do is cook another meal. So we're going to have leftovers for supper. After supper, we will, my husband will start getting the kids through bath. I like to spend one-on-one time with the kids in the evening, one at a time. And tonight is Samuel's night. And right now, for our special time together, we are watching Carmen Sandiego on Netflix. So it's not really appropriate for the younger kids, but he loves them and I enjoy watching them with him. So we'll spend some time doing that and then go to bed for the night. So that is pretty much it for this day in the life as we're wrapping up our Inventions unit study. As you can see, the unit study is just kind of sprinkled throughout the day. We use it for our read aloud and to motivate our games for our morning basket, and for our science or history and all different things, and of course with our book basket. And then of course we have our language arts and our math that if we can tie in, great. If not, we just do what we do. If you would like to know more about our unit study and some of the resources that we've used and some of the books that we've used and kind of our general plan and what has worked and what hasn't, be sure to keep an eye out for that video because it is coming up soon if it's not already posted. And that is all I have for you today. Stripes, can you say goodbye? Say bye. Bye.